All right, good morning, everyone. I hope you all can all hear me. Good morning. Please, if you can hear me, please can you just maybe show a thumbs up so that we can get started. Sorry for the delay. I'd like to confirm if everyone can hear me so that we can get to it already. Good morning. Okay, all right, that's good. So we're going to get to our Forex Factory this morning. As a trader, you know that if there is one thing you want to be clearly aware of before you are able to place your trades, you should know if you have fundamentals coming up. And if you've been trading for a while, you would also know that we're in the beginning of the month. And so we have a lot of important fundamental high impact news that are going to be coming out early at the month. So it's good you're able to take advantage of them. So this morning already, we've actually had some as early as 2:45, 6:45, but I'm sure that for everyone right now, you are seeing that in the next 53 minutes, we're going to be having our retail sales from the Eurozone and also the retail sales year on year coming out in 53 minutes. So if maybe you trade anything around your Eurozone, you'd know that, okay, it's a good time for you to maybe take positions looking at how you actually trade your fundamentals. We also have coming out from our card region, we see the employment change and unemployment rate. So as much as, yes, most of us know that this news comes out, or mostly from the US zone, every economy too has theirs. So for people who trade the card, you can actually get ready in about 5 hours and 22 minutes. We're going to be having that news. And for, the USD zone, and I'm sure that most of us trading here actually love to take advantage of our USD. So we have the USD non-farm payroll, the non-farm payroll and unemployment rate, and it's going to be out in 5 hours. I know that most of us are actually used to the Forex Factory. It is also there on your Forex Factory. So you don't have to worry about maybe the difference in the outlook of my own page. So definitely it's also there on your Forex Factory. You can also take advantage of this particular trade. So let me just quickly go to the Forex Factory. You see we still have it there from the card region, the USD by 130 this afternoon. So if you know that you really want to take advantage of this, I know that during the VTC class, we talk about how you can take advantage of your fundamentals. That is either before the news, during the news, and after the news, depending on your risk appetite and all of that. So you want to, get ready. If you've not funded your account, it's a very good time for you to fund your accounts. For people who has been trading fundamentals from the beginning of this particular month, they'll be able to tell you how profitable and how it has been. It's very, very interesting. So you'd also want to take advantage of it. For people who look at topping up their accounts, please do well to do that this morning so that you're able to position yourself for better entries in the market. Okay. So I know that most of us would be asking what exactly is, fundamentals. Maybe this is your first time of joining the class. I'm sure that, if you've been following up on the evening classes, they would have told you about two ways we're able to look at the market. One, we're able to look at them technically. Those are your charts. And, we're going to also look at them fundamentally. And like I said, if you're not in the habit of, checking your Forex Factory before you look at it technically, you would actually want to, let that be one of the first things you do. Why? You do not want to be on the market when the fundamentals start and you are on the other side of the market. So I know that one very important news we're going to be looking at today is the NFP. And for people who will be wondering what this is all about, it's just a change in the number of employed people during the previous month. So all those boxes that you actually see on your on your Forex Factory, these envelopes, they are not just there for decoration's sake. They're there for you to be able to, assess what the news is going to be all about and how we are able to take advantage of them. So we already know that most of the times the usual effects we have from news like this is that if the actual is greater than the forecast, it is good for currency. So if the actual is actually greater than the forecast, you have your forecast right here. That is, when you talk about forecast, we're basically talking about, okay, we have economic indicators that actually helps to project where an economy is going. So, when those things are looked at, they are able to say, okay, this should be able to come out between these figures. And then, you always have your previous, that is what it came out, the other month. So let's quickly go back to our chat and see what the market has for us this morning before the fundamentals.
Okay, good morning. It's Julian taking us today. That was Anita, my colleague, giving us a brief introduction of the fundamentals that are going to happen today. We want to take advantage of the NFP. I mean, if you've been looking at these markets, you've been seeing how the markets have been moving. I think the markets moved yesterday. On May 2nd, there was a major move after First Republic Bank collapsed in the US. So these are the kind of fundamentals that you want to take advantage of and make some crazy money for yourself. You can make any amount of money. You can make 1,000, you can make 100,000, you can make 2 million, you can make 10 million. I know clients that have made 10 million in one. It's not in a day. I'm talking about seconds. It's just numbers. If you use 0.01, let's say you make let's say 1,000. Okay, let's say you make 10,000 on 0.01. On 0.1, you're going to make 100,000 on that same trade. If it's seconds, on one standard lot, you make 1 million in that same time period. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just about your capacity or something like that. So my colleague here has given us the fundamental parts, and so I'll be taking us from the technical part, right? So let me start with US 100. I'll start with US 100 because US 100 is already moving, and I'm just waiting for this particular candle to close. I'm waiting for this particular candle to close in the next 2 minutes, 15 seconds. So basically, if I want to go for US 100, I'm looking at going for a sell on US 100 around this region, right? So this is my region for a sell on US 100. Now, if you look at my chart, you see that there's a verified support somewhere here. Look at it here. There's a verified support here, right? And like I will always say, it is always good to sell at a resistance and buy at a support. If you look at my chart, you see that that trend line is acting as a resistance. Look at the last time price got to the trend line, price rejected, right? And now for a very long time, price has not gotten to this trend line, and now it has gotten back to this trend line at this point, and we are waiting for this particular candle to close below this moving average. Once this candle closes below this moving average on so in the next 1 minute 19 seconds or thereabouts, you want to enter in for a sell. And if you look at your 1 hour, you would see that on my RSI, my RSI is below 50, and my stochastic RSI is on an overbought region. Look at it here. Can you see RSI coming down, my stochastic also coming down? Can you see that? Overbought regions, and then it starts to come down. Can you see that? So you want to wait for this candle to close in the next 51 seconds. Then on the next candle, you want to take a sell on US 100, okay? So this is the sell region here. This is the sell region here. Now, if you want to buy, you should, I wouldn't tell you to buy above this resistance. It is not good practice to buy above a resistance. You want to buy at a support. Look to your left. Look at this support. Look at this support region here. Can you see? The last time price cascaded downwards. See, price was going down. Then it came to this verified support, and what happened? It went up. You want to, if you need to write it on a picture, if you need to frame it, make sure that you are buying at a support and selling at a what? At a resistance. Look at, this is a resistance here. This trend line is acting as a what? As a resistance. That is where you want, this is a resistance here. Can you see? Can you see how price went down from there? This is another resistance. Look at untested resistance. Look at it here. See how price went down. This is another resistance here. Look at it. See how, look at, price was rejected and price went down. Make sure, if you need to frame it on your wall, you need to create a very large picture. Put it on your wall. Put like a picture where you are using your hand to draw your ear. Make sure you are selling at a resistance and buying at a what? At a support. Okay. So I'm telling you that if you want to buy, the ideal place to buy will be when price gets down to this support, and then you want to buy up from what? From there, not above this resistance. It is extremely dangerous to buy above the resistance. Look at what happened here, for example. Imagine if I told you buy above 133,124.26. Look at what happened here. The price went above it, and what happened? Came back down. Do you understand? So that is my my preference for US 100. I just have a sell preference pending when NFP comes out by, I think, 1:30 p.m. later today. You know, so I've given us my take on US 100. Now for US 2000, look at US 2000 is kind of, you know, it's just slow, like, and that is because traders and investors alike are anticipating what is going to happen later today. Today is going to be a very massive day. Today is going to be a massive day, like, you know, very, very massive. If you are very conversant with CNBC, and then there are some Instagram handles that, if I was to show you those Instagram, just one, not just is a particular Instagram handle. If I was to show you what the guy was to say concerning what is going to happen today, all of you will just go and start looking for money and try and take advantage. So two things are likely going to happen. Is either you trade when the news comes out, or you trade after the news. What do I mean by that? This is what I mean. Let's assume the news comes out and it is strong for the dollar. That means stocks will sell massively, right? Okay. If stocks, by stocks, I mean indices, right? Now, if indices or stocks begin to sell massively, it will get to a point where those traders and investors who have placed sell in different parts of the world are going to be doing what? Closing their sales, right? Now, once they start closing their sales, what do you think is going to happen? I want to quickly ask just one person. Raise up your hand. You can raise up your hand. I'll just ask the question, and then okay. Oh, raised up their hand. Omotoye, okay. Okay, Omotoye, just you. Omotoye, you can speak, Omotoye. Hold on. I want to ask a question again. I'm saying, when this news comes out by 1:30, the news comes out by 1:30, non-farm payroll by 1:30, right? It's trying to check how many people in the US were employed in the month of April. So that figure is going to tell us if the US economy is, doing well at the moment, or it is not doing well at the moment. Now, when that happens, it's either the US dollar becomes strong or it becomes weak. If the US dollar is strong, that means you're expecting the stocks or the indices to fall. You're expecting gold to fall, Euro USD, GBP USD, AUD USD, NZD USD. Any instrument that is trading against the dollar is going to do what? Fall, right? If the dollar is strong, and vice versa. The dollar is weak, then you expect Euro USD to go up, gold to go up. You expect the stocks to go up, stuff like that. Let's take for the stocks, for example. So let us assume that the dollar is strong. That means the stocks are going to be falling. Now, if they are falling, it means that people are placing sales. So many traders are placing sales all across the world, right? Now, they will get to a point where the people who are placing sales will want to leave. Now, if everybody who is placing sales leaves, what do you think is likely to happen? Omotoye, you can unmute now and tell us what you think is going to happen.
Price will start retracing.
Price will start going up, right?
That's it.
Why?
Because the seller's force is now reducing, and as a result of that, price will start. The buyers now may be the one holding the market compared to
because
when
the sellers are closing their positions. They are closing their sales. So if they are closing their sales, that means the market will start buying. So you can wait by 130, or you can trade after the news comes out. Okay. So once the news comes out and it starts to sell, just wait patiently. If you did not enter when it was selling, I won't advise you to enter. Like, if you're not entering as it is selling as early as possible, just wait. It will start buying, because the people that place sales, they will close their trades. They will close it, right? So it's like you enter as soon as it starts to sell, or you wait for the reverse, which will definitely happen. Do you understand? Okay. So I've given us my take on US 100. So price has not gotten to where I said you should enter, but I've already entered my sell anyway. So it's still below this trend line. As long as price, these candles are still below this trend line, they are still looking out for sell positions, right? Okay, so for US 2000, I've already drawn my my markups. Now US 2000 is still on a downtrend. Why? Because price is still still hovering around this 50. On my RSI, on my 1 hour, price is still below 50 on that in that region. So this is what I'll do. First of all, connect my trend lines. I need to know where price is coming down. This is where price is coming down. Here, look at it here. If I draw a vertical line here, this is the point. Sorry, not here. Can you see? This is the point where this RSI went below 50. Here, which coincides with this place. So there's a particular high there, right? Can you see? So I'll come draw it from that high and connect the next high here, which is somewhere here. This high, look at it here. So I've drawn my trend line. So my trend line, my trend line, number one, price level 1731.1 and this moving average, they are all serving as what? As a resistance and trying to push the price back down, right? So if this price starts to come down, what you'll notice is that this RSI will begin to come towards 50. Look at my stochastic RSI is already on an overbought region. It's already on what? An overbought what region. So if this moving average, this support, this resistance of 1731.1 and this trend line can hold, that means they will likely push the price back down, right? So that means I'll be looking to enter a sell around this region here. Now let me go to 15 minutes and look at how it looks like on 15 minutes. Can you see? So on 15 minutes, you can see something like that happening as well. So let me just maybe move just a bit. Just a bit up. So for my my preference for this is it's sell, because like I said, the price is currently still on a downtrend, but you can see that price is trying to push up. Now on 15 minutes, it's not showing me any resistance in this empty space. But if I go to 1 hour, what I'm going to do on 1 hour is to draw a line to coincide with this moving average here. So if I go to 15 minutes, I can see that line. So this should be like, and if you go to your left, if you go to the left part of my screen, you will see that there are resistances here. Can you see? Price has been finding it difficult to break above that region. Let me just take it a bit out here. To break above 1734.0, right? So price has been finding it difficult to break above. Look to your left. Look to your left. Price went up, came down. Here, rejection 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rejections, 5, 6, right? 7. So price has been rejecting off of those regions. So if price is able to break above this verified resistance, I would go for a buy. But like I always say, it's always better to buy at a resistance. So ideally, ideally, the best place to buy would have been for you to wait. See, it does not take time for price to get to this support. It does not take time. What you need to have in trading is patience. Trading is like setting a trap. You need patience. It's like football. If you watch football, a very good football team, a football club, when they want to score a goal, they need patience. They'll keep passing the ball. They're passing the ball. They are waiting for an opening. They're just waiting patiently for when the striker will be well placed, so that you give that pass and boom, he strikes, the ball into the net. It's the same thing with trading. You don't force trades. Don't force it. You don't force it, okay? So the ideal place to place a buy will be when price starts to come down towards this verified support. Look at, it's a verified support. The last time price came there, if you look to your left, price came to the verified support here and went up, came back down again and was pushed all the way up. It's just patience, right? So I can tell you, buy above this verified resistance, which, you can, but just bear in mind that the best place to buy would be when price has come down to this verified support. So once price starts to come down here, you want to look out for sell. This is like your sell region, right? So you want to look out, once price comes, like what happened here, you can see, it was selling, then it came down to this region and started doing what? Buying massively. That is what you want to do here. Or you can decide that you want to buy at this region here. So I've given us two areas for a buy. But like I always say, the best place to buy is at a what? Support, not above a resistance. You don't want to be buying above a resistance or selling below a support. You want to be buying at a support and selling at a what? At a resistance. So what we'll likely expect is that price will start to be rejected from this resistance, and that this bullish candle that is going up is going to be pushed and it's to start coming back down. As you can see, there's a rejection. Can you see? Price is being rejected from that. You can see if price went up here and it is being pushed back down. That is what we want to see, right? So, but if this candle is able to close above this zone and come up here, then you want to go in for what? For a buy. You can take a screenshot. You can take a what? A screenshot. Take a screenshot of the price. If you take a screenshot of here, you zoom in and you can, just by the screenshot, you can tell the areas where you want to be entering your buy or entering your what? Your sell. Let me. Something now. Somebody said the analysis was really bad. Is it my analysis that is bad? I don't understand. Miriam, I'm going to unmute you now so that you can tell me about my bad analysis. So Miriam, real quick, Miriam, real quick. So Miriam, you have the floor. You can. Yeah. You said
the analysis yesterday was really bad, honestly. In the morning market. And a lot of people, some people will also complain because I think someone was also saying about good. I even advised the person to wait, that is going to reverse. At the analysis, when he was analyzing the market, like USD, JPY, about Japanese being on holiday, that the US is going to, that we should put an instant buy, the USD card, oil, and all of them, the analysis, in fact, all of them, as I'm talking to you now, in fact, my account is down. I can't even place a trade on DE because of the amount I have. I'm just trying to wait for, let me see if there is going to be in all these things, honestly. I'm supposed to be sleeping by now, covering my head with my duvet, honestly. The thing is not giving me mouth to talk, honestly. A huge loss. A loss that I made that I can't even place a trade on DE this morning, honestly.
I'm saying
that if you analyze, I really want to know what happened. And that's why I'm saying you should analyze USD card, USD, JPY, and GBP I don't just want to close the trade. I honestly don't.
Okay, don't worry. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
G-
Don't worry, we'll resolve.
USD, JPY, and USD CAD. And I did exactly what he told us to do yesterday because I am always careful. Like, man.
USD CAD, USD JPY, and GBP USD. Don't worry.
Yes, USD CAD, GBP USD, and USD JPY. Yes.
Okay. Don't worry.
Serious loss, honestly.
No. Some days can be like that. Sometimes the market can just misbehave, but I'm sure because I know the person who took it and it's very, very good.
Yes. Someone is also saying it here that yesterday morning market analysis didn't go well the way it's supposed to.
It happens like that sometimes.
That's all true.
Like that sometimes.
I don't just want to close the trade.
Because the person that took the class, I actually studied on that. He's still teenage, so.
Yes, even gold. Yes, gold also. Because yesterday people were complaining about gold. I was even telling them, please just calm down because it happened to me last week. And at the end of the day, because I'm not someone that's at the end immediately I will just close because I'm losing.
Don't worry. We've written those things down. Don't worry, we analyze them.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so for US 2000, okay, I think I've given the one for US 2000. Yeah, I've done US 2000. I've also done US 100. All right. Let me quickly go to, before I go to D30. Okay. Let me go to D30 because D30 seems to be moving at the moment. So let me go to D30 as well. D30. All right. So D30, let's see what is going on D. Now D30 is currently on an uptrend. On my RSI, it is above 50, right? Let me add my moving average and see. Now, yeah. So look at see where this is currently. It is at a what? Resistance. What do I always say? It is always better to sell at a resistance and buy at a support. Look to your left. If you look to your left, you see that the last time price got here, price did what? Cascaded down, right? It got here and came all the way down. Now it is currently at that particular, no, not 15 minutes. It's currently at that particular price level, right? So what we want to do is to see, wait for price to start coming down before we can look to enter a sell. What I want to do now, or the ideal thing to do would be to wait for this particular candle to close in the next 12 minutes. It's always trading requires patience because I don't want to take a trade below this point now. I want it to kind of maybe close higher towards the resistance, right? Before I decide that I want to take a sell. Now, the ideal place to take a buy would be when price comes back down and maybe hits this support here. Can you see here? This price level here, right? Or you can decide I want to take a buy, but I'm telling you, it is dangerous to take a buy around here. Do you know why it is dangerous to place a buy around here? Because price is already going up. It's like let's say MMM, for example. For those of us that did MMM, you see, when MMM started, when it just started newly, those that entered, those that bought into it at that point it started, they are the ones that will maximize, or make, what's the word? This English can be hard sometimes. They're the ones that will take they will maximize it more. So if you entered MMM towards the time when it was ending, you will lose, or you are likely to lose your money. So once price starts, you see this long candle. See, the more it goes down, can you see how price is rejecting from that place? Can you see that? Can you see it? The more price is going down, the more dangerous it is to enter a sell. Imagine someone who entered a sell at this point. Look at price here coming up. So you want to be making sure you're entering your buys at as close to support as possible and entering your sell as close to resistance as possible. Do you understand? That is what you want to be doing. That is exactly what you want to be doing. Price has already come back and it has already been rejected at that place. All right. So for us to enter a sell, look at it's being rejected here. But it might still push back up again. It might still push back up again. You can enter a buy here, but be cautious with that buy because it's possible that that buy, inside that buy, you might have retracements. Inside the buy, you might have what retracement. But this might still push up again. This particular trade might still push up to this place, right? It might still push up. So if you want to enter a sell, you want to wait for price to come to this untested, for it to be tested at this point. Then when it starts to push back down, you can enter a sell. Because right now, price is just ranging. It's just going between, it's just buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. That is what price is doing at this very moment. Now, if you want to enter a sell, a proper sell, after this particular sell, you want to wait for price to break this support, break this trend line, and break this moving average. So you might be looking to enter a sell around, somewhere around here for that sell. Let me go to my 1 hour. You can see I'm putting my sell when price has broken below this support, below this moving average, and below this trend line, right? But I'm still thinking that on 15 minutes, I'm still thinking that this price will still push up all the way. It's kind of dangerous to enter at this particular region because price is what is ranging. It's just going between, it's just going up and down. That is why I gave it space. I say you can take your buy here and then you can take your sell. So I'm giving it space. But ideally, from what I'm seeing here, you should not, I don't think you should be entering any trade around this region. It's just bouncing up and down. Okay. So D30, you can probably just stay out of D30 for now until you see what is happening around, until price gets to this region or here. Like I always say, it's not always, so if you're entering a buy here, you should probably enter with a low lot size so that your risk or your stop loss value is going to be really small. Whenever you're entering a buy above the resistance, just make sure that you use a small lot size. But if you're entering a buy on a support, you can increase your lot size, right? Like look, I said, this is an untested support, right? So you use like, you can increase, but because it is tricky, entering a buy after a resistance is tricky. So you want to use reduced what size. Do you understand? Okay. So I think I've done D30. Let me try that USD card you're talking about. Let me go to USD card. Remember, we have the, how many have we done now? We've done US 2000, we've done US 100, done D30. We're on USD card. So for USD card, what are we looking at? Now, USD card is on a downtrend. It's on a downtrend, right? And if you look at, you see that there's a support somewhere around here. Let me look at 4 hours. Okay. Look at, on 4 hours, if you look here, look at the last time price came to that point, you know, price reject. Let me increase it. Look at it here. Here there was a rejection. Here there was also a rejection, and it's coming down to that particular place right now. Okay. So let's see. So price is currently at a what? At a support. And there's a likelihood that once price gets this support, price is going to do what? It's going to push up. Now look at my hold on. Trying to make sure I arrange this thing very well. Okay. Code verified. So that's this region here is a strong support. On 15 minutes, you can see that it is a what? It's a verified what? Support. Okay. It's a verified support on 15 minutes. I'm going to add my moving average to let me know. Okay. Hold on. So right now, USD CAD is currently on a what? On a support, but USD CAD is ranging as well, right? Now, if I want to take a sell on USD CAD, I'll be looking to take that sell, once price starts coming towards this moving average here, towards this moving average. This is where the trend started going downwards from here. Started going down from this particular from this high here, right? That's where it started going down. Let me connect it to the recent high, which is this one. Let me go to 15 minutes. Yeah. So this trend line here is acting as a resistance, right? So if price gets that trend line, you're probably expecting price to start pushing back down. Okay. So if I want to go in for a sell, I'm looking to go in for a sell. Hold on. Price is is close to the support. Price is actually close to the support. You can see price is at this support and is bouncing off that support. If I want to go in for a sell, I have to wait for price to go to hit that moving average. So price will likely, sorry, the trend line. Price will likely come to this trend line, hit it, and start coming down. Either this trend line or this stone cold or this stone cold resistance. Okay, USD CAD as well is a bit dicey at the moment, so I really don't want to give any entries. So if I was taking this, as I'm taking this stuff now, I only came to USD CAD because someone said she's losing, right, or something. But USD CAD is on a downtrend. So on a downtrend means that it is likely to keep selling until 1:30 p.m. That is what I mean. I don't take any entries here because I cannot see any clear-cut entries. If you want to analyze the market, you look out for different markets and you look at the ones that have clear-cut entries, or the ones that, okay, the way I'm looking at this market, it is flowing, it is not ranging, because when the market is ranging, don't trade, leave it. From what I can see here, USD CAD is currently on a downtrend. So on a downtrend, you're looking out for more of sell. Look at what is happening here. It sold here, then it retraced a bit by buying a bit, then it sold further, then it retraced a bit, then it sold further, retraced a bit, sold further. Now it is retracing again to probably sell further. The only time it will start coming up is when it hits a strong support. And this stone cold support looks like it is that support, right? Where it will hit and then start pushing up. So it is likely to come to this support and start pushing up. So what you want to do for the lady that said you want to look at this particular region. So you want to look at this region here. So this is a likely area where price will hit and start pushing back up, right? If price is able to break this region, it can start coming back down to this point here. But for now, this is a major support region. Look at it to your left, and this is on 4 hours. Look at it here to your left. Can you see price went and came up? Look at it here. Price came to that particular region and pushed up. So that is likely what is going to happen. I just want you to know that if you're on a buy, it's not good, right? But on a sell, if you're on a sell, you can leave it up until 1:30 p.m. If you have any existing trades, please, before 1:30 p.m., you should be looking to close it because the market is going to move massively. If you're on a sell, then you are still good because the trend is still on a downtrend. This RSI is still below 50. So if you are on a sell, you can still leave that sell on. So I'm not going to give us any entries for USD CAD because I can't see any clear-cut movements around there. Okay. I've given us US 100, USD 30. Let me check US 30. Okay. So for US 30, US30 is also on a downtrend, right? It's also on a what? On a downtrend because my RSI is still below 50. So this is where this came down. It came down from here, right? So this I'm linking this particular high, but I don't need to link this high to this part. I can if I just do something like this and link it to this current high. This is the current high. But I need to make sure that a candle is, I can do something like this, making sure that it is touching that high. But I can't go above, and I can equally do that. But the most important thing is making sure that your trend line is touching this particular high that is forming right now. This one. This one. It has to be touching it, okay? It has to touch it. Okay. So let me also add my moving average. Let me throw my, trying to be fast about this. Add my moving average. You can see. Or before, let me take out this and add my Fibonacci my Fibonacci retracement tool. Now I'm going to draw my Fibonacci retracement tool. This is where the price, if the price went down, then there's a retracement. It got to this particular high. Then it came down to this lowest price. And now it is, so price has been rejecting off the 50.0 fib level. Let me also add my moving average as well. So you can see you have the 50 fib level, you have the 61.8, you have the moving average, all acting as resistance, trying to push this price downwards. So if I want to go in for a sell on US30, I should be looking to go in for it. There's a verified resistance somewhere here. I should be looking to go in for a sell around this region. Around this region. And then if I want to go in for a buy, let me draw a line here. This moving average here. If I want to go in for a buy, it probably has to be a short buy. My preference is a sell anyway. If I want to go in for a buy, I want to be going in for a buy around here. Which is dangerous because you are placing a buy above. This is a retracement level, meaning that you're expecting price to go up here and retrace downwards. Like I said, buying above a resistance is dangerous. You want to be selling close to a support. Sorry, you want to be selling as close to a resistance as possible and buying as close to a support as possible. Now, this trend line is acting as a diagonal resistance. You know, trend line is also a resistance. You have trend line, which is a diagonal resistance. You have the horizontal ones, which are the normal, then you have the moving average, which is also acting as a resistance or support. So I've shown us, let me move this a bit. I'm moving it a bit because I want to move it as close to the support as possible, right? You want to be selling as close to support as possible. So my preference for this particular trade is a sell. But just in case price starts to go up, you want to enter a buy around that place. But that buy is tricky. Remember, if you really want to buy, you want price to come down to this verified support, and then you want to buy. Look to your left. Can you see? The last time price came to that verified support, what happened? It went up. So I'm telling you now that placing a buy above this trend line is tricky. You want to buy when price comes down to the support. If you are placing a buy above that trend line, what do you want to do? You want to, use a lower lot size because, it's tricky to buy above the resistance. So, but if you are buying at a support, then you want to increase your lot size. You understand? Okay. So that is that for US30. Let me look at USD, GBP USD. GBP, let's see if we have okay. Like I said, you want to look at the chart and make sure that there's a clear chance of, like, there's a clear-cut chance to take advantage of trades. If there's not, if the market is ranging, you want to leave it alone. You want to let it be. Okay. So at this point, go somewhere here. Let's go to 15 minutes. No. Might also not take this, but GBP USD is currently on a down, on an uptrend, but it's at a resistance. So check this again. Yeah. All right. So for GBP USD, I'm drawing my markups right now. Let me add my moving average. So we are currently on what? On an uptrend on GBP USD. We're currently on an uptrend on GBP USD, but what is happening now is that price is what? Is retracing. Price is what? Is retracing, right? You can see there's a very strong move towards this, what do you call it? Towards this verified support. So price is like, we are expecting price to get this verified support before there's any form of move. So if price, you want to wait, if you want to go in for a buy, you want to wait for price to get to this verified support. And then once it starts to push up, you want to enter in for that buy. So my preference is a what? Is a buy, right? So what I'm giving you now is, once price starts getting around here, you want to be looking to enter what? Your buy. You want to wait. Please, I'm not telling you to, you can sell once price gets here, maybe to this verified support, but this trend is an uptrend. So we are looking for buy opportunities. Like I said, trading involves what? Patience, right? It involves what? Patience. So once price starts getting into this region, you want to be looking to enter buys. There's a verified support here. Look at the last time price got to that verified support. What happened? It pushed up all the way to this point. Now price is trying to do the same thing again, trying to get into this region. So if price gets into this region, you want to buy as close to the verified support as possible. But if price is able to break, now look at, there's a moving average, which is, watch, there are so many supports here, right? You have the verified support, which is trying to, block price from going above, from going below it. Number one, you have the moving average, then you have the trend line. So if price is able to break and close below all of these supports, then you want to look to enter what? A sell. But like I said, if you're entering a sell below a support, you want to be cautious. You want to be what? Cautious. So you want to enter with a low lot size. Why? Because like I said, if you want to be selling, you want to be selling, like what happened here. You can see this is a resistance. You want to be selling off a resistance and buying off a support. Look at, can you see this is a resistance? Look, price went up. From that resistance, you are selling. Look at support. Can you see that? Can you see? So that is what you want. You want to be buying off a support and selling off a what? A resistance. So if you want to buy, you want to wait for price to come into this region. Anywhere, you can probably just wait for it to try and touch this verified support. And once it touches that area, then you want to look to start buying from there. But if price breaks this verified support, breaks and closes below, see, I'm looking at it on 15 minutes. If price is able to break and close, by price, I mean the candles, they're able to break and close below this verified support. On the next candle after that breaking, you want to go in for a sell. But I'm saying you should be what? Cautious. Write it down. Whenever I am placing a buy above a resistance or placing a sell sorry, whenever I'm placing a buy above a resistance, I'm placing a sell below a support. You want to be what? Cautious. But if you are buying on a support and selling at a resistance, you can decide that you want to increase your lot. Because if I place a sell here, I can put my stop loss just above here, right? If I'm placing a buy here, I can put my stop loss just below here. So my risk to reward, my risk is going to be smaller than my reward. Let's look at gold. Gold is pushing down at the moment. Gold is pushing down at the moment. Okay. Gold is pushing down at the moment. Let me show my markups. Here. Here. So for gold, let's see what is happening to gold. This gold is kind of moving at a slow pace. Why? Because the news that is coming out today, investors are just waiting. Traders and investors alike are just waiting. So they're not really placing too much trades. They're just waiting for 130 for everybody to flood the market and take advantage. So for gold, okay, nice one. You can see how this moving average is acting. Can you see what's happening here? Moving average is acting as a support, trying to push the price back up. So let me draw like a line somewhere around there, right? So if you want to enter a buy of gold, hold on. Gold is actually down. See, it's down here. If I want to go in for a buy on gold, sorry, for a sell on gold, I would wait for price to, break and close below where it currently is at. But that means I'm entering my sell below a support. So you have to be cautious of that. Remember, when you're placing your sell below a support, you have to be cautious. But if you're placing it, I've said it many times, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so as we can see, look at what is happening here. It seems like gold is about to start pushing up, right? So if it starts to push up, you want to probably look at, oh, what did I just do now? I just did something now. What did I just do now? Okay. So once it starts pushing up, you want to look at entering your buy somewhere around here. And it has to be before this moving average, because the moving average can act as a resistance to push the price up. So you want to see how this candle. Let's see if this candle is going to close bullish, right? There's a rejection. There's a rejection in that area. So on 15 minutes, you want to see if this candle will close bullish. And then once it starts to go into this area, you want to go in for your buy on on gold, right? You can see how that buy is going to coincide with this RSI moving back into, going above 50. Right now, the RSI is below 50. So ideally, this is supposed to be going down, but this moving average is blocking this RSI from going completely below 50, right? So we can see what is happening here. As it is pushing up, it has gone below 50 actually, but this moving average is proving to be a stumbling block, right? So you might see that this RSI, which has gone below, might now move in and start coming back up, which will coincide with, this bullish candle here coming back towards this price level. So once it starts to push up, you want to, look for buy entries, okay? All right. So that is my take on gold. Which other one? Let me check USD CHF. I don't like to do oil. Oil is a commodity, and oil can move. Can just be placing sell on oil now to just move like somebody will just slap Saudi Arabia prince or Iran. Something will just happen somewhere and it will just change direction. So I always try to stay close. But let me do Euro JPY. So Euro JPY here. So for Euro JPY, let me quickly do my markups. Now, if you look at Euro JPY is on a downtrend, right? This is where, at this point, as I said, going down here. That means from here, from this high here. But I don't need to connect from this high to this one. What I just need to make sure is that my trend line touches this recent high. And I can do that from here. I need to make sure that this high connects with this lower high. So look at from here, then it went and touched the 50. So I can also do from here as well, which is where I just did, from here, where it touched and started coming back down. So for Euro JPY, let me add my moving average. Just pushing it down. Nice one. Now there's a verified support here. So for Euro JPY, if I want to sell, I'll be waiting for price to break below that support, and I'll be selling around this region, right? So this is where I'll be selling. That is where I'll be selling for Euro JPY. Then for the buy, I don't want to give us just one. I don't know why I even give. I don't like to buy above resistance. So I'm selling below. I don't like to buy above resistance. It's always tricky to buy above resistance, right? So this is a downtrend. We want this price to break below the support, and then once to start pushing around this region, you want to go in forward for a sell. So my preference for Euro JPY is a sell. And as you can see, look at the last time price touched that trend, and look at push down, touched it, push down. Look at it's around that point again. So it's close to the resistance. Once it starts coming down towards this space, you enter your enter your sell. Okay. Stated it's coming close towards here. All right. Did I give us US 500? No. Let me do USD JPY. So I've done USD CHF, right? USD JPY. I mean, this is how many now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So USD JPY, I think it should be like my last one. Yeah, I've done gold. Gold is a commodity. The USD JPY, you can see that the first thing I try to do is to identify the trend. On my RSI on 1 hour, RSI is clearly below what 50. This is the point where it went below 50 here. Right? This is the point where here. Right here. Then after a while, it came and touched it again here. So I can decide to draw my trend line from here, touch this high, touch it, and then link it to this next one here. And look at what is happening here. Can we see? This is what we call an inverted what? Hammer. And this inverted hammer is happening on this trend line. So that sell looks to be a good one. Right? So we want to wait for price to break below this. So I do my analysis on both the 1 hour and 15 minutes time frame. Sometimes I use my 4 hours as well. So this is our sell region here. Can you see it? So this is our sell region. So once price gets around this area, we have to be looking to do what? To sell. Okay. That is what you want to be looking to do. Once price gets around this region, you want to be looking to sell USD JPY. Remember, before 130, you want to 130 is NFP, so start looking to close your trades because you don't want to be caught up. If you're on a sell and it sells in your favor, you can make millions. But if you're on a sell and it buys, it's not going to be nice. So not going to be nice. Not going to be nice. We're saying CHF. Why do we even talk about CHF JPY? CHF JPY is not even a major pair. A major pair is any pair that is paired with the US dollar. That is where you want to really be looking at. All this CHF, JPY, GBP, you know, be careful with those ones too, because the spread on them. Like I said, I don't really like to do what I don't really like. So I'm not going to act like I want to. I don't look at oil. Like I don't know anything about oil. I don't know anything about oil. Some of us, you know, have preferences. For example, my sister likes to trade coffee. I have never opened coffee chart before. I've never opened sugar before. I've never opened silver, you know, so it's not everything. Like there are so many instruments. You can't be trading everything. Just choose the one, maybe 5 that you are good at and trade them. You don't need to trade everything. So I'm not going to do oil. For commodities, I do gold because gold reacts to the US dollar. Okay. Someone said, but oil is down, so it should be going up soon. Right, Mr. Matthew, nice one. Because it is down, it will be going up soon. So when it is up, it will be going. That's not how to do it, though. That's not how to do it. All right. I've done how many? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I do Euro USD? Wow. Let me do you. Let me. So US is going to be the last one out too. Euro USD. I should be looking to even sell Euro USD currently. So right now, this just went below on my 1 hour time frame. My stochastic RSI is on the overbought region, and my RSI just crossed. So I should be looking to sell Euro USD. But before I do that, let me do my markups. Before I take a trade, I like to do my markups. You should do that before you take a trade. Draw your areas of support and resistance. So I go to my 1 hour, I draw them. Draw it, go to 15 minutes, draw the minor ones. And I add my moving average. Right, so for a sell on Euro USD, I'm looking to going for a sell around this region here. Just a bit here. So if price can come down here, you want to go in for it. So let me look at it on 15 minutes. Nice. Yeah. So that is my take. Let me draw that is my take on these instruments for today. Madam Miriam, I hope I was able to answer your questions. Once the market is in a downtrend, you're looking for more of sales. So if the market is in a downtrend, that means you're looking for sales, right? That means if the market is buying, you're just waiting for that buy to start coming back down. Like, how do I explain it? Okay, see, watch this now. Look at this, please. The market is in an uptrend here. That means you're looking for more of buys. So the market will buy, they need to retrace, to buy, retrace, buy, retrace, buy. So you want to be looking out for areas of support on that buy. Once it is selling and that sale starts getting rejected, that means it's beginning to start buying. That means that is the areas you're looking for to buy. I don't know if I'm making sense, Mr. Miriam. But if the trend is a downtrend, you want to be looking for sales. If it's an uptrend, you want to be looking for buy. So the first thing you should do as a trader is to know what is the trend. If it's an uptrend, don't be looking out for sales. You can place sell on an uptrend, but that sell is not going to be, it's going to be short. It's going to be a short sell on an uptrend. If you are placing buy on a downtrend, it should be a short buy, something like that. You understand? So, yeah. So I think I'm done for today. I think I've tried my best. So you can remember today is NFP, 1:30 p.m. Fund your account. I think we have 65% bonus at the moment. You fund your account from 100K upwards, anything from 100K below. But I mean, you want to make money. So I told you. Wait, there's a screenshot that I have. Let me show us because I saved it. I hope I can get it. 10 million. 21. Smooth. SMOOTHED. I saved. I'm trying to show us where I saved that particular trade. Because I saved it to just inspire me, like 10M. If A can make 10M, then B can definitely. If one person can make 10M, then another person can make 10M. Oh, see this stuff now. Don't worry, I can't see that. Maybe next time. I know I saved it somewhere here. Next time, I'll just keep it somewhere and show us. 10 million. All right. I can't really find it now, but I'll show us next time. Hope I was able to help. This is Miriam. Okay. See you guys. Mr. Oyeshino, I just told you that I just told you that 50K. Well, you can speak to your account manager about the 50K. You can speak to your account manager about the 50K, but it depends on how much. If you are funding 50K, you are saying that you want to be making small money. I mean, I don't see. I've made money from trading. When you make certain amounts of money, okay, let's say you've made, let's say 2 million before. Oh, I've seen it. Oh, I've seen it. Let me show you guys. I've seen it. Sorry, let me show you. Watch. Can you see? That was on the 10th of November, 2022. 10 million. 10 million. See the standard lot. 5 standard lots. 10 million. A lady came here yesterday. I was in my office, right? I was I was in the meeting room and I was looking downstairs. I wanted to call somebody downstairs and I saw this lady. And let me know. Well, don't worry. I don't say it. Don't worry. Don't worry. There's money. Oh, there's money in this life. There's money. Let me. So I'm about to leave now. This is my parting shot. My parting shot is something that this guy said in his song with what's that guy? Victor AD. There was a song, Victor AD and Davido. Davido said something in that song. You know Davido's voice, he has this husky voice. He said, that thing really touched me. He said, Davido said, make money, oh. If you not get money for this life, you will suffer. That's how he said it. And it touched me, like in a country like Nigeria, if you don't have money in a country like Canada or the US or the UK, they have what you call social services. They will take care of you. The government will take care of you. In Nigeria, the government does not care about you. During COVID, palliatives were shared for people, and the government was hiding palliatives that was meant for the people. That's how Nigeria is. So in Nigeria, you should you do whatever it takes to, not whatever, I'm not saying you should go and commit crime, but make money in this country. If you don't have money in this country, in the words of Davido, you will suffer. Nigeria is not a country that smiles with. Nigeria does not care about you one bit. Doesn't care about me, doesn't care about you. The government does not give a damn about us. They don't care about us one bit. They don't care. They don't. So those are my parting words for you guys. Take care and have a nice day. Mr. Adelis has completed the gist. Don't worry. This is Miriam. Just ask my contacts from your account manager. I don't want to, because if I keep giving my number to everybody, that means I won't be able to talk to my own clients, because account managers have their own clients and stuff like that. So my name is Julian. Just ask my number from your account manager. Okay. And if you want to also get this indicator that I used, you can get it as well. It's called the stochastic RSI indicator. It's a VIP indicator. You can get it, but you have to fund your account from 600K upwards. You get it, you'll be taught how to use it, then you can use it. Okay. You can see that the RSI and the stochastic helps me to know the trend, helps me to know when I should buy and when I should be selling and stuff like that. The market is largely going to be ranging for today. Who's making money on D30? Look at this D30 stuff. Okay. Most people are already making money on D30. Once your trade is in profit, you know that it is left for you to close it, right? All right. Have a nice day, and God bless us all.